Welcome back to Pride. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some important boxing tips specifically for MMA fighters. So first, let's start off with offense. If an MMA fighter was to have the hands of a boxer, it would give him a very good advantage against his opponent. MMA fighters are known to be good strikers, but not compared to a boxer when it comes to the hands. So if you were to improve your hands to the skill level of a boxer in an MMA fight, that would give you a really big advantage over your opponent. So one way you can work on this is through your shadow boxing. When an MMA fighter is shadow boxing, he's throwing punches, he's throwing elbows, he's delivering knees, he's throwing kicks, he's shooting takedowns, he's doing a little bit of everything. Because he's an MMA fighter, he has to train everything. But when you want to improve one section of your arsenal, in this case the hands, trying to make your hands equivalent to the level of a boxer, you want to solely focus on your shadow boxing. So when you go into the gym and you start your shadow boxing, whether you train at home or in the gym, even though you're an MMA fighter, limit yourself to only hands, okay? Train as if you were a boxer, really focusing on that technique and perfecting everything before adding in knees and elbows and kicks and takedowns. If you can throw your hands and you feel that improvement in your hands, and you start adding knees, and you feel your technique is starting to slip in your hands, cut out knees again, go straight back to just hands. Start with the hands and slowly incorporate everything else. If you incorporate something and you feel your technique start to slip, go back a step, go back to just the hands. Focusing on the technique, watching that reflection in the mirror, keeping those elbows in, and focusing on technique. Ask yourself this: why is a boxer's punch more lethal than an MMA fighter's punch? Because a boxer is doing nothing but punching. When he's in the gym, if a boxer and an MMA fighter train the same amount of time a day, who threw more punches that day? The boxer did, because the boxer's not worried about kicks, knees, elbows, takedowns, submissions. An MMA fighter has a lot more to deal with and a lot more to do with his training. By limiting yourself to only the hands, you're going to really perfect your punches. Now you may ask yourself, if I limit myself to only punches, am I wasting time because I'm not training my elbows or my knees or my kicks or my ground game? No, you're not wasting your time. The second you perfect those hands, that's going to stick with you. It's going to take you a long way. You add back in those knees and elbows and ground game, and you're going to have a much better arsenal when it comes to your hands. Would I have a better shot at taking down my opponent after tagging him with a 1-2? Or after missing with a 1-2? Just throwing a 1-2 sometimes isn't enough. You got to land that 1-2 and snap your opponent's head back to be able to get that takedown. So let's tie that all together. Training as a boxer to really improve the technique in your hands and make your hands more lethal, bringing your hand game up to that of a boxer. This way, when you're fighting MMA, you have more success with your hands. It puts you on a different level than your opponent, and it can open up a lot of opportunities for other things. The more lethal your hands are, the more openings you're going to have for other things. If I tag my opponent with a jab and really snap his head back, it makes it easy to take him down. Whereas if I just throw a sloppy jab and I miss, he's focused, he's ready for that takedown coming at him. Make sense? Now, the head movement of a boxer. The head movement of a boxer takes his head off the line. So you can see that I'm on a straight line with you here. A boxer takes his head off the line so that he's not staying in one spot, making himself an easy target. This applies in MMA as well. Imagine a straight front kick coming at me. It's coming straight on the line. A flying knee comes straight on the line. So by taking your head off the line as if you were a boxer, you're going to create a better elusive defense for yourself. When you're on the outside and you're squaring up with your opponent, you're not staying on the line and you're not making yourself an easy target. Ways to practice getting your head off the line: one way is a slip line, another way is a double end bag. Both traditional training for a boxer. So if you add these to your training and start working on getting that head off the line and not staying too centered with your opponent, you're going to make yourself a harder target. Now, the third tip for MMA fighters: a boxer is in the gym, an MMA fighter is in the gym. They're both sparring all day. They're both there the same amount of time. Which fighter took more punches? Which fighter learned how to deal with punches more? The boxer. The boxer's opponent is only throwing punches at him. The MMA fighter's opponent could take him down, throw elbows at him, throw knees at him, throw kicks at him. He's got a lot more to worry about. A boxer is always going to be able to take a punch better than an MMA fighter. A boxer knows how to roll with a punch as it's coming at him. If it catches him, it does less damage because he knows how to roll with that punch. As an MMA fighter or a boxer, it's important to protect yourself. Learning how to defend yourself, learning how to take punches, roll with punches, could be the difference between just getting stunned by a shot or getting knocked out cold by a shot. So one way to work on this for an MMA fighter is when you're sparring or doing drills, you want to get on rhythm with your opponent. If your opponent is throwing left, right, left, right, left, right, you want to get on rhythm with him. That way you're rolling with those shots. By rolling with the shots, you're taking a lot off of them, and you're going to protect yourself a lot better. So when you want to improve your hands, train as a boxer would. Train with your shadow boxing, cut out the elbows, knees, kicks, takedowns, just for the time being, so that you can really focus on the hands and really perfect your shots and make them that much more lethal. On your defense, try to get that head off the line. When you're in front of the mirror, when you're shadow boxing, get the head off the line. Don't stay straight with your opponent. This will make for an easy target and your opponent will feel more confident to throw. If you haven't already, add in drills like using a slip line, going under the line, coming up, moving the feet, moving the head, getting that head off the line, being able to bob and weave. Add things like double end bag. These are two traditional trainings that boxers would do to really improve their head movement and protect themselves. And lastly, rolling with your punches. Make sure to get on rhythm with your opponent. Try to see those punches coming and try to react. Even if it's just at the last second, if I start turning away from a shot and rolling with a shot as it's coming, it's going to have less impact on me. Thank you guys for watching. Whether you're training at home or in the gym, keep up the good work, keep on training, stay healthy. Be sure to subscribe to Prime Martial Arts, turn on notifications for all future videos.